doesn't even need Bauer's game for me.
Welcome back for another Thoughts from the Corner. I'm Adam. That's Bauer. This is Fairy Season.
From Good Games Publishing. This is for 3 to 5 players. Take about 20 minutes to play, and it's for ages 10 plus. This is brand spanking new. We got a chance to play this 4 players, and this is a very interesting spin on trick-taking, where normally in a trick-taking game, everyone would play out a card, and that would be the trick. However, in this one, you are going to continue to play out cards, and the trick could end at any point if someone is not able to continue playing cards out there, at which point they have flunked, and then the other person will gain all the victory points, gain all the cards in that trick down there, unless someone happens to play the magical fairy, which is one of the cards in the game. It's a very light, simple, family weight game. 3 to 5 players, 20 minutes to play, ages 10 plus. I'd say all those sound about right. Honestly, I think my 7-year-old could play this game. There's only a couple different kinds of cards. The basic premise is if I play a spring 4, a spring card that has a 4, you then the next player has to play either a 4 spring, a 5 spring, a 6 spring, a 7 spring, an 8 spring, anything higher in spring, or they can jump to the next season, which is, of course, summer. So they can play a summer card. You can't play an autumn, you can't play a winter. And that's the general crux of the game. I'll probably do a Bauer Family Learns of this one with my family, but it's a very light, simple game. What did you think of this one?
I thought it was a little simple for my liking. There wasn't like a lot of complex strategy to it. It's kind of, you got the cards you got, and hopefully it works out for you. It seemed like a lot of times there were a lot of cards just stacking up. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, like, you win 2 hands and you pretty much got the game. I don't know if...
Very swingy.
Yeah, I don't know if it was intended that people would try and end it quicker or what, or we weren't...
Well, it did say in the rules...
Right.
I'm 99% sure we were playing everything absolutely right, because I think it is a very simple, family-weight, trick-taking game, and I agree with you. It could be very swingy. I wanted more special abilities on the card, because pretty much the only special abilities you saw for the most part, except for some goblins that do some weird stuff, was draw a card or stash a card, which is how you score victory points. Because normally, if you win the trick, it goes into your stash, which is victory point, or you can just stash cards from your hand. So you just pretty much put victory points from your hand into there. Or you can play goblins, which most of the time just had you doing stuff like stealing from other people's stash or playing a card out of their stash. But I would have liked to have seen some more teeth on this one, because I do believe there was not that much control in the game.
Yeah, it didn't feel like a take that game. Like, I mean, even though you were
there was some,
kind of attacking each
with
other
the goblins a little bit. You know, you could play trap cards out, which could end the round unless someone played another trap or a fairy. And there was a little bit of that. Like, you look at how many hands are in somebody's card, and you say, I wonder if I can sneak one by them. There's only, there's 4 fairy, like, wild fairies out there that are, like, super powerful cards. There's not too many of those. But I agree. I definitely think that as a game night style game, this is not one I can recommend. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, it's just mediocre. It doesn't do anything fantastic.
I will say one thing. I think if you were on the lighter side of the hobby, I think this would go over better, but there's still other trick-taking games I'd recommend over this one. Now, as a family game, if you're looking at this purely from a family perspective, yes, it's good, but, well, here's the other thing. I'm trying to think of another...
There are other games that it's easier to explain, too. I mean, like, other trick-taking games that it was... I don't know. It seemed like there was some confusion as we were starting this one. And normally we don't... It's not hard for us to pick it up like that.
Yeah, I see what you're saying there.
Yeah.
I agree, though. Nothing about this game particularly stands out for me.
Sure.
I don't, I want to start doing a rating system where after we get done playing the game, I ask if anybody at the table wants the game. So would you want this game?
No.
Just take it. Just take it. Just take the game.
I'm good.
Well, I don't particularly want the game. You know what? I am going to shoot a Bauer Family Learn. So here's the other thing. The artwork. We need to talk about the artwork because this game got made because of its artwork. Can we agree with that?
Oh, yeah. Beautiful artwork.
The gameplay itself is interesting, and I do like the fact that the trick, and you never know when the trick is going to end, and it is swingy, which is good for a family weight game because then kids can catch up. They're never out of the game, but you can also have kids getting crushed when they expect to be the winner, which is fun as well. But yeah, as a game night game, just absolutely probably going to want a hard pass on this one. As a family weight game, this is a maybe. I mean, the fairies...
maybe if your kid is really into fairies, but there's other trick-taking games that are
better.
Yeah.
You know what? I agree with you. The more I think about it, I think it's good. I don't think it's anything better than that.
Yeah.
I would play it again if someone really wanted to, but I don't think I'd ever say, hey, Fairy Season, you want to play this? Check this one out.
Yeah.
So there you go. Fairy Season from Good Games Publishing. But let's think about everybody else at the table. I don't think anybody was really too hot on it either.
Yeah.
One person I could tell actively probably didn't like it. The other person was more into it. He's on the lighter side. But yeah, in the end, it's nothing spectacular. That is Fairy Season from Good Games Publishing. If it looks like it might be your cup of tea after what we just said, then be sure to check that one out. If you're enjoying what I'm doing, please be sure to click on that subscribe button down below. Also, consider supporting the Patreon down below. And in the comments below, let me know, what is your least favorite season and why? And it has nothing to do with the weather, because that's a total cop-out. Right. I don't like the winter because it's cold. Yeah. Don't come with this crap answers or comments. If anybody posts it's cold and they hate the winter, I'm deleting the comment. I won't do that. I leave.
I would say that my least favorite season is probably winter, actually.
Oh, your bike.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I can't ride my bike. And then also there's a lot of like, if it snows on the weekend, I do maintenance. So I have to go in and like clear snow. So, yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to go with the... I go with spring, because there's no cool holidays during spring. Like,
Martin Luther King Day.
Oh, cool. I'm going to go celebrate. Don't make me sound like a racist, but I'm not going out and celebrating Martin Luther King Day. Like, I celebrate Christmas, Halloween, Thanksgiving. Like, I get candy. I get drunk on whatever. At least I used to. But then there's St. Patty's Day in spring, right?
Yeah.
And I don't celebrate St. Patty's Day because I'm not trying to get...
Got kids, yeah.
So, yeah, I'm going to go spring because there's nothing in spring. Easter doesn't do it for me. So, yeah, I'm going to go spring because the holidays suck in spring. But let me know in the comments below which season is your least favorite season. And as always, thanks for your time, YouTube.